So let's dive in. What is the identity loss problem? It's actually that moment in language learning when you realize, oh, I'm losing my way of being. I'm losing my normal way of making cultural references, of making jokes, of expressing myself, of my personality. Because a language is not just a way of communicating and expressing ideas, it's actually also a way of being, a way of thinking, and also signaling to the other person your group membership. You basically share a part of your identity, of membership to a social group, of adherence to some cultural references. And all that in the new language all of a sudden is gone. You can't just translate that. It's also a common trap for people who are in the mindset of language learning is about translation. It's not that. Language learning and your way to become fluent is about transformation, not translation. So let's dive in with the steps to actually master that or to overcome that trap. Because as you know, my channel is about enabling you to master those common mistakes in an easier way and to make it far more enjoyable for you on your way to fluency. Step one. Step one is like with all social psychological challenges, to become aware of it. Because this is really not a linguistic problem, it's a social psychological one. It is this feeling that it creates when you relate to another person that you just can't be your normal self. And that feeling, for me, in my own experience of learning languages, has been very much linked to it's awkward. It feels strange. It feels unfamiliar, and you just don't know what to do, how to behave. So you need to be self-aware. You need to become aware that this is a common problem. You're not the only one. It's normal in language learning. And the mindset that I recommend you to take is actually embrace it, because language learning is so much more than just translating and being able to communicate in a different language. You are becoming a new version of yourself, and a better one, because you acquire far, how can I put that? You acquire such a new pool of ways of expressing yourself. And I mean, share with me in the comments how that is for you. For me, it has been a wonderful experience, because with every new language, I acquire access to a whole new culture, a whole new way of thinking, way of expressing, way of feeling, of being. And that is just wonderful. So the mindset behind it is knowing that this is a common problem and accepting it. That's step number one. And I hope that this video will contribute something to it. Let me know in the comments of how you experience that identity loss. And now let's dive into step 2 and 3, which is about getting your new identity. And that's the fascinating part. So step number 2 is actually having some archetype phrases ready. I'm going to share with you my favorite one in step 3, so stay tuned. But first of all, what are archetype sentences? These are the kind of sentences that you need to find for yourself that most resonate with your personality, of expressing to the other person that this is what is going on and that you feel a bit lost. It also creates a better connection with the other person or that group you're talking to, because you are open about your feelings. Opening up about your feelings is something that can only help you, because the minute you share and the minute you are vulnerable about something that you're experiencing, the other person, oh my God, will open up so much more as well. And you will find it so much easier to get along in that new culture. And here's step 3. And I want to share with you my own magic sentence. And again, you know, it's all about that finding your own magic sentence. But I want to share as an example what I say when I feel that kind of identity loss kicking in. The magic component in that sentence is, it makes me feel. So when I experience something that I really don't know what to say, let's take the example, there is a group of people making jokes or referring to some cultural references in that new culture I'm entering with the language, that I simply don't know. I don't know what they're referring to. So what I say is, When I hear you conversing about that, saying that, it makes me feel a bit lost. Can you help me out? Can you explain to me what you're actually going on about? I feel a bit lost right now, or it makes me feel a bit awkward. Can you help me? Because as you know, I don't know about those jokes or those cultural references you just made. And that helps me, first of all, to share with the other people that I feel like that. And also it helps me overcoming that challenge, which is holding back. And this is exactly what a lot of people then experience with identity loss. They hold back. And holding back, I mean, you know the end of that story. If you hold back, you will not become fluent because you will then feel kind of, oh, I can't really share my ideas in the new language because I don't feel I belong. That's also an important part of the social psychology behind it, because if you don't belong in the new social group you're entering with that language, you will feel no joy. And if you don't have positive feelings, check out my last video I did on positive feelings and creating that positive learning experience. If you don't have positive feelings, it just won't stick because you don't want to go there again. So be very self-aware, observe yourself in your next experiences with your new language, and let me know in the comments if that helped. And also don't forget to follow for more. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.